So on October 19th, Google is releasing the Google Pixel 6 and the 6 Pro. Today we have some marketing photos that have been leaked recently and kind of gives us a general look of what the device will look like. We also have some rumored specs and prices revealed too, so let's go ahead and talk about that. Pixel 6 will launch with 8GB of RAM and offer a 128GB storage option. This device will retail for $750 and feature a beautiful 6.67-inch curved AMOLED display. It will also feature a triple camera setup on the rear, featuring a 50-megapixel wide lens camera, a 48-megapixel telephoto, and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide. Other notable features including a 4614 mAh battery, IP68 dust and water protection, an under-display fingerprint scanner, and much more. Now the 6 Pro will actually put you back around $999, making it the same price as the brand new Z Flip 3. Now it's not clear what all the Pro has to offer. We do know though it will give you some storage options, including 128GB, 256GB, and 512GB, while the regular 6 only goes ahead and gives you the simple 128GB model. So it's a little bit more, on the, you get to choose exactly what you want, but most likely the 6 Pro will offer exactly the same features as the 6, with maybe a couple extra additions added on to that. Other notable things are that this will be the first smartphone powered by Google's own Tesla chip, coupled by 8GB of RAM, as we mentioned earlier. At this moment in time, we do not know the refresh rate of the display, but can assume we will see either 90Hz or 120Hz. After the marketing photos did go ahead and come out, people weren't really too happy about this device, and really their main frustration right away was the thick and uneven bezels of the device. It seems to be a brand new issue that we're seeing nowadays, as the Galaxy Fold 3 shows that a bezel-less phone is honestly the best phone. And any phone that does go ahead and come out with bezels like the Surface Duo 2, people are going to be kind of skeptical, saying, why am I not getting the best screen to body ratio that I possibly can? And to be honest, it does make sense, because at the end of the day, the bezels are really just a nuisance. If anything, it's not too much of a big deal to myself, but I know some people who are just like, I do not want any bezels. I want as much screen and ratio as possible, screen real estate as possible, to actually be able to utilize my phone to its full extent and also use it for as much productivity as humanly possible. So I will say overall, I do understand the frustrations, but I don't really think it's too much of a big deal. In conclusion, what's the takeaway from the 6 and the 6 Pro information? Well, starting off right away, just like always, Google has made another really good set of affordable phones. As we know, Google has a really good reputation of making more budgety phones for the average consumer that can pick up, still have a lot of the different things and features that a lot of people love from the high-end phones, but at a more affordable and cheaper cost. Now, while yes, there are thicker bezels on the 6 and the 6 Pro, and yes, it doesn't have the most beautiful design that we see with other phones like the iPhones and other Samsung phones, it gets the job done, and to be honest, for the price tag, you can't really be upset about it. Now, yes, the 6 Pro is at that $1,000 price tag, and that's when we start talking about the more high-end phones, the more really expensive end phones. But at the end of the day, you got to kind of break it down like this. Are you getting the features that the other high-end phones are giving you? That answer is yes. And at the same time, though, are you going to be happy with this phone? Most likely, yes. Now, we recently did see that Samsung did go ahead and cancel their S21 Fan Edition of their phone, and that is really the true competition in all reality to what this Google Pixel lineup would be. Yes, you could compare it to the other high-end phones, but at the end of the day, you gotta look at it like this. If you're comparing it to the S22 that comes in at $1,200, it's really hard to compare a 6 or even the 6 Pro to a phone that costs way more than even the 6 or the 6 Pro. At the same time, though, the closest comparison to this phone would be the iPhone lineup. Rather, if you look at the iPhone 13, it comes in around $700, $800. Or you look at the mini series of the iPhones, that's more of a more comparable market to what the Pixel lineup would be. And at that time, you guys think it actually has a lot of comparable stats, if not better specs in certain aspects. So I will definitely say very nice to see this phone. I personally do like it. I like the design. I like the phone. I think it's a really good looking phone. I think Google did a really good job at this. Again, like I said before, I don't think the bezels are too much of a big deal for me personally. I know everyone has their own opinions and feelings around bezels. So again, you have to make that decision yourself whether the bezels are a big deal to you. But at the end of the day, I think it's a really good looking phone, and I think there's going to be interesting to see how many units actually get shipped out. Currently, there is a shortage going on when it comes to the chips, and that is actually what plagued the last iteration of the Google Pixel lineup. So I'm going to be interested to see if that ends up being an issue again. We saw with the Google Pixel 5 where it could only ship out in certain countries because of the global shortage. So is that going to be an issue again, or are we going to see it end up being fine and everybody gets their phone, no issue at all? We have to wait and see on that one. Guys, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe down below. Trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of this year. So if you hit that subscribe button, I do appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one.